Hello, I'm Stephen Redding, and we're going to speak a moment regarding being open to the unusual and what it can mean for our lives. Perhaps there's nothing more affirming in this time of not enough than to hear that whisper from the hedgerow, or to see something out of the corner of the eye, or maybe even meet a presence or a being from another one of these realities or worlds which we've been talking about. It was right here some 20 years ago when my wife and I were beginning to enter our cabin, and we heard a commotion in the hedgerow. We brought our flashlight over here, and from that hickory tree exited a very short lady with a very short daughter, the likeness of which we have captured right here in front of me in these concrete statuettes, which we found the following day, and we put them there to honor that most incredible experience. But these two gnomes from another time and another reality were arguing as they walked from the tree behind me to this larger hickory tree over here. And all the while, the language was clear, even though we couldn't decipher the language. And I'd like to think of them as Elizabethan in nature, as I understand that era. And right here in this hickory tree, a door opened. Clearly a door opened. And you say, well, how is that possible? Well, the fact is that realities are bendable. The phantom realms, the unseen, lives in perhaps different frequencies, and it doesn't mean that they're forever closed from our reality. And that is one of the most powerful lessons from my death experiences that I want to share with this world. That in fact we are not alone, and we have come to a time when the veil between worlds is available to us. It can be lifted. It's very porous. And it wasn't just my eyes which experienced this phenomena, but a very flat earth lady, my wife, mother of 4 children, who witnessed everything that I did. We were a little bit afraid, actually. It was so incredible. Then we rushed into the cabin. We knocked heads upon one another as we both whispered in a hushed voice, "Did you see what I saw?" We compared notes, and you know what? We both saw exactly the same thing. Incredible. And even in a life like mine, with the visitations of other worlds and realities, to see another world come into our consciousness and our reality is very unusual. Where the forms were complete, there was a vocalization. And I remembered as the mom entered, the door opened, the daughter went before, and the mom smacks the daughter over the butt with what appeared to be a loaf of bread, and the door shut behind him. It set up the realization for me that you don't need to die and go to the edge of this world to be available to the unusual and the phenomenological. But we must allow some basic trust, put time in our lives for this most incredible phenomena, and don't turn from it. Because maybe it'll begin for you by hearing your name called, or seeing something out of the corner of your eye. Or you might notice one of your perennials bowing. And you know what? If you thought you saw something or thought you heard something, you probably did. So embrace it and do not turn from it. And as you become more comfortable with the unusual, remember that we are not alone. And we need the participation of these other worlds and realities which we are so closely connected with, and which also accompany us on this wondrous journey of life. StephenRedding.com